I just want to take a few minutes to show you how to use your course guide. This is going to be in your shared Google folder, and you will access it to use as a guide to know what to do weekly. And you're going to record your scores and your percentage of progress in your topics. So here's how you do it. When you open it up, so your shared Google folder may look something like this. You're going to have a course guide. I pulled up the fifth grade. So here's our fifth grade course guide. What you're going to do is look at the bottom where there are tabs. That's each of your subjects. So in fifth grade, we have ELA, math, science, social studies, and then the rest of these are sheets that we can log information if needed. You won't necessarily work in these unless I need you to. Right now, just pay attention to your core subject areas. So let's look at fifth grade ELA. What you'll do is the first week when you get ready to start your classes, you're going to, and I'm going to delete that, you're going to have a blank one, and it's not going to have any dates. It's not going to have, I'm going to delete that really quick. It's not going to have any scores. You're going to have to put that in. So the way it works is in the upper left-hand corner is where you start. That's where the date is. So the week that you are starting your work, so let's say it's 9/4/18, which is next week, 9/4/18, that's the week you're going to start your assignments. You are going to complete only the programs that are highlighted in purple across the top. So OAS boosters, you don't have to worry about it. It's not highlighted, so you don't have to record the points. You'll record points, percentages, progress, anywhere where there is yellow highlighted boxes. That's where you'll record your information. Now, please note, this is a shared Google file. So whatever changes you make to it become permanent changes. So please don't delete this file. Don't change anything up. The only thing that you need to be adding to this file are dates, points, averages, and percent of progress. That's it. So instead of weekly lesson plans, this replaces all of that. So you'll always know what to do. I have a ton of students who are interested in working ahead. I hope that you guys can do that. That would be awesome. This is set up for you to see what you have left, where you want to go, what you've got coming up. It's very, very helpful. And it does do away with weekly lesson plans. So what you'll do is you'll first thing every week put in the date of the beginning of the week, that Monday, and then the highlighted area in purple is Compass. That's where you're going to get your main instruction. So you'll just log into the Compass program. This is not where you'll log in at. This is just showing you what you do in Compass. To start off with in ELA, you'll start off with the reading and writing process, summarize main ideas, and these are the lessons in Compass. So you can, if you want, put your score out for each one, but that will be very time consuming. All I'm asking you to do is by the end of the week, so let's say you're done on Friday and you get to 7%. Now, where I'm getting 7% is that on the pacing guide that will be in your shared Google folder, you are supposed to complete 7% of your curriculum in each subject each week. So let's say you start in Compass, you work down, and at purely poetry, that's right about 7%. So you're going to put your score there so that I will know what you have. You don't have to put every score because it's an average anyway. So if you'll just put the last score of the weekend, that would be awesome. And this is mandatory. I need you to do this because this is where I'm going to be pulling grades from. Okay. Now also, this is where you're at 7%. Okay. So right here is your most recent average. So you're going to put the average at the end of the week. And right up here, your percent of progress. That's going to also be found. They're found easily in Compass and in each of your subjects. It tells you how far percentage, how far you've gone, and then your most recent average. Okay, so once you get to that, this is going to tell you the rest of what, basically it's going to set the tone for what you need to finish. Okay, so if this is 7% and you need to be working 7% every week, everything above that in purple is what you need to get done. So there's 2 lessons in vocabulary. You can click on that link. It'll take you into vocabulary. I'm not signed in, so I don't know that it'll take me there, but you can You definitely want to watch the video. Here's some vocab cards, a game. What I'm looking for is the results to the quiz. Okay, and if you need to take the quiz multiple times, that's awesome. You absolutely can. When you're done with the quiz, you're going to put your score there. Maybe I made a 95 on this one and I made a 100 on this one. Okay, now you can also do these. This goes along with summarizing, and here's summarizing. So these are really set up to go one with another. But it won't hurt if you want to work your 7% of the way through so you know exactly what you need to do. That's okay too. Okay, so you're going to go back up to the top, keep moving over. This is kind of a big spreadsheet. Read 30 Minutes Daily is going to be on almost everyone's course guide. There's nothing to log here. That's just something you should be doing. If it's not highlighted, you don't do it. So in this case, this fifth grader is not working in their Spectrum workbook right now, but they are working in IXL. And it says use the IXL reading document, work 15 to 20 minutes daily. So it's not highlighted in yellow, so you're not recording anything. I'll pull that report. That's what I'll do. Now the IXL reading document is going to be in your shared Google folder. Here's an example of that document. What I've done is I've pulled the lowest scoring standards from the MAP test that you guys just took, and I have put them in a document. So you're going to look at this standard, second grade. This is a math one. Algebraic, this is Algebra 2.3. You would go to IXL, type that in under Oklahoma standards, and you'll complete that lesson. So that's what it means. Some of yours will have standards through here that you can ignore. You'll be working straight off that document. But you need to work about 15 to 20 minutes daily, and that's just for ELA. Okay. Okay, also in purple is your Study Island. Study Island is mandatory for all EPIC students. Now, I put a note here. Use your EPIC Live Teachers Plan. Most of my K through 8 are in EPIC Live, and you're going to use whatever your EPIC Live teacher assigns to you. That's the Study Island lesson you'll complete. Okay, so let's say she does, or he does genre first. They'll teach the lesson, you'll take the quiz, and then you're going to put your score here, okay? And then maybe the next week they'll do summarize main ideas. They're all listed here. They just match Compass. So this is for my students who are not in EPIC Live. And believe it or not, those EPIC Live classes fill up really fast. So some of my students are not in an EPIC Live class. So you will follow this. You'll look at your 7%. Anything above that in Study Island are the lessons you need to complete, which in this case was only 2 of them, or actually 1 of them. You would take that in Study Island, log into Study Island separately, take that quiz. There's a lesson with it, some flashcards, practice, and then you'll take the quiz and record your score here. The goal is blue ribbons, okay? So anyway, and that's as far as it goes on ELA. That's as far as the spreadsheet goes over. It's not too bad. Math is set up exactly the same. As you can see, I put in the date of the week that I'm going to work. I work down to 7%, and it's right here. Now, I'm spitballing here. This is not really 7%. I'm just showing you this. 7%, I made it 82. That's the last average. I want you to note something in math, though. EPIC Math Coach is our videos that the EPIC teachers have created to help you. These are mandatory. Okay, so they're in purple. You need to click on the link and watch it before you start the Compass lesson to go ahead and get an idea of what to expect. They're not always the most exciting things to watch, but they do have some good information in them. So watch that first. Then Compass is highlighted in purple. You'll work down till you get to your 7%, which in this case, I kind of said it was right there. So there's our 7%, and then I'm going to move over, and everything above that I need to get done. So I've got my 82. Let's say I'm at 8% this week, and it's okay. You don't have to stop exactly at 7%. If you want to go to 10, I would just not suggest you go below. I would say stay at the minimum every week. Don't get behind. Or you can start treading on the attendance policy. And you don't want to get withdrawn because of lack of assignments. So make sure you're doing the minimum at least the minimum every week. If you want to work more than that and get ahead, you absolutely can. In this case, no Spectrum workbook, but they are going to use their Math IXL document. Same thing as reading. You're going to work 15 to 20 minutes daily on that. Now in this one, I do have standards here. These are for students who don't have the math document, and this is going to be for students who come into Epic after testing. So I have to have these on here. I'm not taking them off anybody's just in case we get students in, because this is a document that I've kind of tweaked for each student. But these are what you would follow to match the Compass standards. But since I already have your individual plan listed out for you of what standards you need to work on, use that math document instead. Okay, now I'm going to leave these on here, but you're going to ignore those unless you come in after testing. Okay, Dreambox. If you've been assigned a Dreambox, you'll get a login and a password. You're going to log into that. They want you to work 60 minutes a week. Not they, I guess I do. The purpose is that we can show that you are working in standards for 60 minutes a week. You may or may not have to do both of these. Obviously, some of them will be assigned both at the beginning, but we may tweak that as the year goes. No Khan Academy lessons, but if you ever feel like you need more practice, here are the Khan Academy lessons that match Compass. And of course, here's your Study Island. Same thing with if you're in Epic Live, you're going to follow your teacher's plan. If you are not in Epic Live, you're going to follow this plan. You're going to complete the Study Island lessons that match up with your percentage that week. Now, something I want to show you really quickly. So my 82 was at 8% that week. I need you the next week, the next Monday, to put the next date in. So you can see I've got the next week's dates in. What I'm going to do is, as I'm putting grades in, I'm going to turn these a different color to tell me, myself, that I have got these grades already entered in. So it's really important that you put the date out here so I know which week I'm entering information into. It helps me tremendously. And then, like I said, you'll work down to 14%, and let's say it's about right there. So now this student has a 92 average, and they're at 13%. 13% is okay, but it really needs to be the minimum, which is 14. What happens is if you get behind, you don't get the breaks. You'll have to work through Thanksgiving break and even Christmas break. So try to avoid that if at all possible. In fact, I would encourage you to get ahead. Okay, so science and social studies are exactly the same thing. I just want to show you that. You'll do it completely the same way. Look for what's in purple. Those are what I'm pulling grades for. And then record your date and grades. That's the big thing, by every Friday night. And I will let you know. I'll send out reminders on that. Vocabulary, I think I showed you how to do that. Study Island. On science and social studies, over here on the side is a journal assignment. Sometimes they are activities and experiments. Social studies, it's sometimes just an activity. Those right now are going to be for extra credit. So if you do those, you'll upload those to your shared Google folder. And I have a video for that. Okay, so that's kind of the gist of how this works for my K through 8 students. If you have any questions, you know how to get a hold of me. Have a great day.